Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, ever feel like you just can't outrun JNMIL even within C? MIL obsessed with my husband. MIL wants to wear a white dress at our wedding. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Ever feel like you just can't outrun JNMIL even within C? Just needing to vent because it feels like we can't escape her grasp no matter what we do. We've been in C almost 6 months now, and it was a peaceful decision from DH. He knows it was for the best and is very happy he made that choice. But now we keep running into people who love her and bring her up to us. Example, DH went to establish a new PCP as we switched insurances. He went in needing a referral to see a therapist. So he describes the high-level description of his childhood abuse, emotional incest, etc. to this provider. It's hard to stomach stuff, and I was so proud of him saying these things out loud and asking for help. Literally, once he finished telling provider why he was seeking therapy, she said, "Oh? So you're saying it's all your mom's fault? Well, I know your mom. How's your stepdad? What? You'd think you'd be safe at the doctor's office, but it seems like no matter where we go or what we do, we are within her circle of influence. I would 100% file a complaint against that doctor. That was outrageously unprofessional. We did call and talk to an administrator. Does this at all fall under HIPAA? OP, please have DH report this therapist. It is unethical to treat someone so close without full disclosure of possible biases. How do I know? Working towards my doctorate in psychology, and a big chunk of the education is ethics and biases. Does it make a difference if this was a primary care provider? She was a certified nurse practitioner. He was seeking a referral to behavioral health unit since we just switched insurances. Abusers cultivate their character witnesses as carefully as their victims. The most stunning thing I will read this year. Thank you. Look at as you're learning where not to go. Turn the radio up, sing loud on the drive to a new doctor. Keep doing what you're doing. No. Drop that doctor. If he indeed violated HIPAA, report him. The doctor had responsibility to not mention to the OP's husband that they know the MIL, and then after the appointment find a reasonable excuse why they needed to transfer care to another provider. That's not what HIPAA is. Please report that doctor. The moment she realized she knew DH's mom, she should have removed herself as your doctor because of a conflict of interest. That happens a lot in smaller communities. I mean, I sure don't think the doc handled it well, but it happens. Not necessarily. Many doctors treat members of the same family. It's whether or the doc one believes MIL over patient or two discloses private information about DH to MIL. That's illegal and unethical. Shame on her. Also, if the doctor says anything to mom and she texts you about it, report the doctor to your state medical board. Wow. Oh, we definitely will. We are NC, so don't really know how we would find out, but JNMIL has hand-delivered letters to our mailbox since going NC, so that's how I assume we'd find out. MIL obsessed with my husband. After my MIL made unnecessary comments about my TikTok account to my husband, couple-related videos of my husband and I decided to delete everything, even though I was starting to grow a little platform. I was feeling very uncomfortable to continue keeping the videos up and posting because I didn't want to give her easy access to our lives. Especially because she tries to act very normal with my husband and be quite slick about her obsession. Literally a day after, she texted my husband multiple times, texted me, and even called my husband questioning why I deleted everything from my TikTok. I was beyond concerned. It seemed to me that she goes to search up my name on a daily basis to see what we're up to. The worst part is she's been on vacation with her family for the past few months and she's obsessing over our lives and what we're up to. My husband and I told her I just wanted to take a small break. When my husband and I went on vacation a few days after, I was feeling relieved that we can finally go in peace without them knowing anything or stalking us because I decided not to post anything on any social media platform. I finally felt free. While in Disney World, my husband was in shock asking how his mom knows where we are. She sent him a bunch of texts trying to strike up a conversation about, are you guys staying in the same hotel we stayed in? I hope you're having fun. My husband and his parents and sisters went a few years back, trying to be all nice and slick, without anyone telling her about us going on vacation. My husband and I then realized that he had his location shared with her from a while back and completely forgot. He was uncomfortable that his mom is checking his location while she's on vacation with her family and the fact that he's literally a grown married man. I was literally raging. And we both realized that she probably checks it on a daily basis as well. When we got back, my husband decided to stop sharing his location with her in a way where she can't see to avoid problems, but that meant he couldn't share his with mine, so he was like F it and stopped sharing his location with his mom. Not even half an hour later she texted him asking if he stopped sharing. After he said yes, she said okay, and we thought that's all it was. But no. She said please share it, it makes me feel safe. My husband assured her that he is fine and safe. That's when she went insanely crazy. She said really hurtful things to my husband, cussed him out. She said that he never financially supported her, and that he left her and constantly telling him how bad of a son he is and hopes his son turns out just like him. She even used my situation to gaslight him by saying your wife's mom left her but she still understands the value of a mother, all because he stopped sharing his location. The only reason she doesn't say anything bad about me is because I am the perfect daughter-in-law. I have never stopped respecting her. He tried telling her that he was always a good son to them and now he wants to be both a good son and husband, but they're not allowing it. But she continued to say really hurtful things and exposed that she never really wanted this marriage for her son. She also said things like, I hope I can stop loving and caring for you so I can forget about you. I wish I could start my new life and forget about you just like you did, and saying that when she does this and that, trying to gaslight him. It was really painful to watch my husband get so hurt by his mom, but I realized she won't change no matter what he does. After everything she said to my husband finally connected the dots of everything his mom said and did, rooting back even before our marriage, and realized her obsessive and concerning behaviors. My main worry is how can I prevent her from ruining our marriage? My husband and I don't have any issues with each other, our fights are literally always about her. Her actions have a huge effect on me and my everyday life because she's always popping up with new problems. It's so draining. I don't know how to handle it anymore. What's the best solution for a mother-in-law like this? To top all of this off, my MIL has showed her obsessive behaviors with my husband within the span of 5 months, and that's how long we've been married for. What sucks is she's very nice to my face, she calls me her daughter. But she feels the opposite. Edit. I also wanted to mention that my MIL always throws in my husband's face that she's the reason he has a job, and her reasoning for it is because she prayed for it and that's why she expects him to support her financially. As if my husband didn't work his ass off to get a job himself. She has her husband who she has a shared income with as well as her own job too. My husband literally has financial struggles for trying to support our lifestyle and his mom is giving him extra shit. She sounds like she viewed your husband as her own. That is not healthy at all, and her obsession with him is toxic to your relationship. I hope he can be strong and establish good boundaries that break the deep-seated obsession and allow you and your husband to have a nice life. Completely cut her off. It won't get better. Make sure you get cameras around your property and house. Okay, the way she's phrasing things is really gross. She's acting like a spouse divorced her, not like her son grew up and created a family of his own. It's called covert incest, and I'm really worried for you both. My mom is wacky and is obsessed with me too, but even she knows if she said anything like that I'd laugh her out of the house. So the fact that your MIL thinks those are appropriate not only to feel, but to actually say to your husband? You guys are in for a rough time. I really don't know how to deal with the level of enmeshment your MIL is looking for without tantrums. I would strongly advise against playing whack-a-mole with her behaviors, which would be laying boundaries as things come up, and is what you have been doing. I feel like that only draws out the madness, and you have to fight her over and over. What I would recommend, though, is your husband find a good therapist who can help him go through their relationship. This way he can see the issues and lay out new boundaries in one swoop. I would also recommend that you guys do couples counseling, because I can almost guarantee that as his mom gets worse, he may start trying to rug sweep and cave to her. He's been trained his whole life to be what she wants him to be. You need someone who will explain to him why that will destroy his marriage. Anyway, I'm really sorry. I can tell you that, for the most part, my mom has calmed down over the years. And this is the woman who wore black to my wedding, and did the pursed lips look in every picture she's in with my husband. She used to call 50+ times, both of our phones, until I answered. I did it the whack-a-mole way, and it's lead to a lot of tantrums and a lot of simmering resentment that I can feel sometimes just before she blows up at me. I wish I had just had a sit down with her and told her she doesn't have to agree or understand, but I'm married now with a child of my own. I'm not her little girl anymore, and that's a good thing. That's the whole point of being a parent, to watch your kids one day fly the nest. And our relationship has changed, and there's no going back. Maybe brainstorm with your husband too, or even yourself, the things that need to change. And bring it up in couples counseling, where the therapist can help keep you both on track. But if you want to keep his family in your life, you gotta do this quick. Begin as you mean to go on. She'll be upset and cry and throw tantrums. Treat it like you would a toddler throwing one, state your boundaries, and then disengage. And, at least for a whole, go low contact. She needs to see that things have changed, and she won't if you guys respond to her every beck and call. I hate saying going no contact, because I really think that's for extreme cases, but you might need to consider that down the line. But I don't think you're there yet. Your husband just has to tell her how it is, and then hang up if he needs to. Hopefully she doesn't escalate to the point where you need to go no contact. Right now she's been told no for the first time with your husband, it sounds like. See how she reacts. I really hope she gets it together. I'm sorry you're going through this. They don't change. Ever. Please recognize this. Best thing you can do is keep low contact and none if it isn't necessary. She will continue to be invasive if you don't put a stop to it. He needs to put a stop to it and understand this isn't his fault. She's the one that has issues. This is JustNoMil behavior. Please look up and join that sub. He needs therapy. She is abusive and controlling. You can't fix that. All he can do is read up on it, look for emotionally immature parents, toxic dynamics, enmeshment, healthy boundaries, controlling personality disorders and things like that in books and resources like Surviving Narcissism on YouTube, and get tools on how to hold up boundaries with low contact or no contact. You can't fix her, only the damage she's done. She had to get help for herself, but she likely won't get real help or change. Oof. Get your husband into therapy with someone that specializes in enmeshment. Hopefully your husband will tell her that her behavior is pushing the two of you away. This means that you two need a break from her obsessive behavior. He is going to block her on both of your social media accounts, and he doesn't want her contacting either of you until he reaches out to her. The easy way for me to go NC with my mother was simply to say, I'm not speaking to you until you apologize for disrespecting me. Then you'll get tumbleweed or an extinction burst explosion. Either way you get NC. Give her the rope, etc. This year is the 5th year waiting for an apology. Spoiler, technically I stopped waiting after 12 months. If my mother apologized now, it would be because she wants something from me. Cut her off, especially after those hurtful words. You can tell your husband you want to cut her off for a few months and she can earn your trust/forgiveness back, but honestly it's just going to continue with her, and a few years from now you'll realize your best case is maybe seeing her once or twice a year, and that's it. I'm so sorry. MIL wants to wear a white dress at our wedding. We are both preparing for our big day, which is in less than 2 weeks. I found out my future MIL bought a dress and it is white. She is considering wearing it and I am not having this. Our dress code is not a white one. Moreover, she doesn't know I know about this and that she bought the dress with my future BIL, who considered that to be okay. Everyone who knew about this, even my future husband, told her that was not okay. Now, I'm afraid she will do everything to wear it, but I already told my parents that I'm not putting a foot in the church if she is wearing that dress, or if her sons and FIL are not preventing this to ever happen. I am saying this because she has 2 perfect dresses for the day, but she told her SAL that she doesn't like how those dresses make her feel, that they are tight, and that she doesn't know where to get a new dress from. I am not sure I can survive this until the wedding day. She is super passive-aggressive towards me because we are not sharing what our wedding say will be like. She doesn't like that we keep my dress, flower arrangements, our wedding bands just to be between myself and my future husband. She even took the liberty to do the table arrangements for our wedding guests without asking us if that is what we wanted. For everything we do, her responses are, "How much money was that? Why did you had to go to another city for that?" Me and my future husband, are paying for everything, so I am confused why she wants to have a say to what we decide to do. I am keeping the possibility of confronting her about the dress, but I'm not sure I want to do that, as I'm not sure how we can deal with her addicts. She will definitely not to do this to my BIL's wedding, which is next year, and she publicly stated she will not get involved, and for which she has special dresses already prepared. Allow me to present you with 2 options to consider. First, you could text her and be very direct, something like, MIL, do not wear white to our wedding. If you choose to wear white, you will not be permitted to join us on our day. Second option, say nothing, let her show up in white and embarrass herself. Everyone will be pointing and whispering. You could also Photoshop her dress to be a different color in your photos, and since I'm super petty, I would pick something like baby poop green or neon yellow. Whatever you decide to do, good luck. She sounds like a jerk. Photoshop her dress to be green, because she is obviously jealous, lol. Wait, baby poop is green? How hard would it be to change the color scheme? My late husband's mother did this to me, but I found out a week before our wedding, just under 50 people invited, and emailed everyone but her and her husband and asked them to wear white-ish or black. MIL was raging when I walked in wearing a baby blue gown and she looked like everyone else. Just don't cancel your wedding, don't let her win. Have someone standing near entrance with red wine and trip when MIL enters, no more white dress for her. LOL. Can I take this and suggest, as it's a church, having a small child with chocolate-covered hands run at your MIL from behind so she looks like she's had an accident? She will definitely have to change then. I love this. Let your fiancé handle her. If the crazy witch shows up in white, ignore her. Do not let her ruin your day. Reach out to the photographer this week though and make sure they can color change her dress when they process the pictures. That way she is not wearing white in your pictures. Of course you can always have fun with it and have the photographer put her in a different color in every picture. Or do one even better and have your FH tell her that if she shows up in white she will be in no wedding pictures. Definitely don't call off your wedding if she wears white though. Ignore her and make sure she's in no pictures, like she wasn't even there. If she shows up in white, don't allow her in photos. She knows what she's doing, it's your life, not hers. Don't allow the disrespect. My MIL wanted to wear light silver. I said something to my then fiancé and he said, we can't tell my mom what to wear. I corrected him that yes, we absolutely could. I told him in no uncertain terms that there would only be one woman in white/white adjacent at our wedding and that if his mother showed up in white he'd be marrying her. He handled it. She wore navy. Instead of treating her like she's jealous of you and wearing white on purpose, treat her like she's uncultured. Oh, Mel, I just found out that you bought a white dress to wear to our wedding. I guess you didn't know this, but it's very common etiquette that only the bride wears white to the wedding. I couldn't bear to have you be the laughingstock of all of our guests on the day your son gets married. This should be something you look back on in the future and relive very happy memories, not something you cringe over because you made an enormous faux pas. Do you have time to get another dress? Do you need me to take you shopping? This is the way, make her feel stupid. She can get the dress dyed if it fits her oh so well, lol. This is absolutely perfect. Question why won't she be doing it at her other son's wedding? Also put a word out: no white dresses are allowed. Anyone showing up in one will be turned away, close family or not. Please tell future hubby that you are refusing to get married when she's attending in a white robe. Then wait if he's ripping her a new one and actively preventing this from happening. Ask some friends to watch for her and keep her from entering the church if she's wearing white. You have to talk to her directly about it if your fiancé won't. Only the biggest would still wear the white dress after pointedly being asked not to. Hinting, second-hand relaying of info, etc., is not going to work here. You must make sure that she completely understands your position on this topic. You told your parents, but I feel you need to tell future hubby that the wedding will not happen if his mother shows up trying to look like the bride. I would ask her what she is wearing and tell her that if she wants a relationship going forward, then she needs to respect your wishes about your wedding. Have a wonderful day. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.